How's it going, YouTube? Hi, Drax here, and in today's video I'm going to be speaking about one of the most probably one of the most excited Zenkais, for me at least. It's going to be Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black. Obviously a lot of people like the Goku Black units, and this guy released almost 2 years ago, like coming up on Black Friday. He's going to be a 2-year release, and honestly I would love to see him get a Zenkai. It'll fit in nicely with the aesthetic of Black Friday. And honestly, we haven't really received any buffs for Future in a very long time. Yes, we did get Vegeta Blue from the 6th anniversary, but he was more a God Key slash Fusion release rather than a Future one. So I would like to see him be a Zenkai buffer for that team. Obviously, he is God Key, which I would love to see because God Key is lacking a stable red. Obviously, we do have Zamasu, but let's face it, 6 stars is a little bit tall ask for Zamasu, considering that there are multiple other LFs who would probably beat him out for that 600 multi-Z power or whatever summonings that you did for him. Obviously, he would not fall as the #1 choice. For stats, obviously his stats are not good, being a 2-year-old release at this point. His stats definitely need to be updated, with units being up in the 270 plus category for damage. I definitely want to see this guy get some increased stats. He's still very useful. His kit was built to last. That's what I'm taking away from him when they designed him. He goes type neutral for 30 counts. He heals. He gets his ult. All of these are good. The only issue comes with his unique abilities, where he is HP restricted. That can easily be fixed post Zenkai. And he does have that unique inflict enemies with attribute downgrade plus 10% to damage received from God Key or Tag Future, which is a very strong ability that can definitely help you out, considering that if you stack this guy up really nicely with damage buffs, those debuffs can come in very handy. He does have some little bit of quirks, such as he does struggle for Ki without a support unit. There's no way for him to get Ki. Even on his main ability, he doesn't get Ki. That's what I would like to see post Zenkai, but he does have a very strong kit. Blue card restores vanish by 40%. I just feel like if they gave him level 1 card draw speed from the green card, that would work really nicely. Give him a little bit of increased damage upon swapping in, give him some Ki, maybe increase his damage a little bit here or there. Definitely make this a non-cancelable buff, but definitely a thing you want to keep. This cannot be stacked. I personally feel this is fine for what he does. On main ability, maybe give him some Ki restoration, something like that. But yeah, he's definitely going to be good post Zenkai if he ever gets one. He's not too broken, I believe, based on what his kit is right now, and considering that the Zenkais that they've released recently isn't up to standards from before, like with the release of Super Saiyan 3 Goku and before. The standard has shifted down quite a bit, so he is going to be a very stable and fair Zenkai in my opinion. The fact that he buffs God Key and Future is another bonus for me, at least. I prefer God Key as my main team right now. If we look at the God Key team itself, we only have 4 red units buffing the team, but there are about 5-6 red units in total, and a good majority of them, like 5 of them out of the 6, are practically worthless, that you're probably not going to run them. You'd probably not even run a red unit on God Key as it is. People would normally keep Super Saiyan God Goku for HP and crit, but other than that, the rest of the red units are pretty poor. As for Future, Future does have a little bit more options right now, not many at least. You do have the Trunks and Mai and then half corrupted Zamasu, but other than that, the list is pretty poor. Obviously, you might run Revival Cell, maybe the Zenkai Cell, but they don't really buff the team, so most people just omit them off. And if you look at Future as a whole, the team itself hasn't really gotten buffs, I believe, since Zenkai Trunks. Maybe Trunks and Mai as well, but Corrupted Zamasu I don't really count as a buff because he didn't really make an impact on the team. Most people just use him on God Key anyways because the team itself is much stronger. As a whole, the team is pretty solid. They definitely need more units, but a Zenkai for that Future, even if he were to buff Red Future, I would definitely be fine with that. As long as this guy gets a Zenkai, updated stats, all that good stuff, he'd be perfect for a Zenkai. And let me tell you something, people will definitely Zenkai 7 this Rose, regardless of whether or not he's OP or busted. Having the option to run this Rose again, the first real Super Saiyan Rose release, people would definitely go for him, even if he is mid in the grand scheme of things. But regardless, his kit is very conducive to being a very strong kit post Zenkai, even with stats. He just needs a little bit of extra damage, a little bit of extra ki, and he is strong there. Yeah, other than that, he's pretty strong. He does have access to very wide range of equips that will make him extremely good. A lot of awakened equips here that work extremely well. Another team he could definitely sit on is definitely Saiyans. He could definitely fill a role on Saiyans. A powerful opponent would definitely be another one he'd be definitely good at. Being a red unit, obviously they do have other red units that are pretty good on powerful opponent. Being mainly Vegeta and then the Zamasu, but a Zenkai Rose would definitely help out that team. But yeah, this guy would be extremely good, and I feel it would tie in really well with the release of maybe a future Trunks from the Goku Black Arc, maybe another Zamasu during Black Friday. That would tie in very well, considering that for at least for the most part, the previous Black Fridays have all been future themed, so that'll be pretty interesting. But anyways guys, hope you enjoyed today's little discussion on what I would like to see from Rose. Let me know down in the comment section down below what you think about a Zenkai Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black, whether or not you'd want to see him get a Zenkai or just be forgotten and have a new release instead, maybe a transforming one or a revival Goku Black instead. But anyways guys, I'll catch you in the next one.